the beams, get in position.
I was in high school when 9/11 happened, and I wanted to join the Army. I wanted to be a Ranger. And then we did the Osbournes, and it kind of sidetracked that.
Keep it coming, keep it coming.
I'm here to do the work, so bring it.
Touch your toes. Don't come straight up. Good.
That is nerve-wracking.
Oh, my
When you see our next guest risking his life on TV, you may ask yourself, has he lost his mind? Whether it's the most extreme survival challenges or the darkest pits of the paranormal, he's seen it all and come out on the other side, mostly unscathed. Please welcome to the show, Jack Osbourne.
Yes.
Hello, Jack. First, we want to say a big congratulations and mazel tov on tying the knot recently.
Yes.
Very much. Thank you.
Look at that picture. Look how sweet y'all look. That's beautiful. I do want to get to the new season of Special Forces, which is the ultimate physical and mental test. It didn't look that difficult. So I'm just kidding. How difficult was it really? Was it awful?
You know, you said it right there, physical and mental. It was so much more mental than physical because they keep you on edge the entire time. The DS, like the cadre who are in charge of us, are so mean. They just beat you down constantly. I think I was called every name under the sun. But I think it was my good 80s parenting that, you know, from my folks that got through it.
That's right. It makes you tougher, Jack.
Yep.
I'm such a big fan. I watch all your stuff, and I love your sense of adventure. But it is kind of surreal seeing you on a show with Tom Sandoval. What was your first impression of the overall cast?
You know, I was really excited to meet everyone. We got on the bus, and they didn't show it in the show, but I couldn't see anyone's faces because, like, a lot of people wearing hats, whatever. And so we get on the bus, and Tom had like a ski mask on, and he takes it off and he introduces himself, and I just screamed out, "Oh, we got a Scandoval here!" And then I felt really bad because I could just see he was like, "Oh."
He's like, even Jack knows about it.
Yeah, right.
Unreal. That is unreal. Okay, so you recently mentioned your mom is like a car and needs to be brought back into the shop every few thousand miles. So does it bother you that she still goes under the knife, or do you support her?
I support her. Listen, if, you know, my mom is very tasteful with it, I think. You know, there are some people that I do think go a little crazy. But it's funny, like, I said that comment and it went everywhere, but that's what she says to me every time. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, it's my, you know, it's my 3-year tune-up.
Look at his little knee. He's got a little face on his knee.
What?
Let me see your knee.
Oh, she wants to see your knee.
I've got, yeah. Got tattoos of faces on my knees.
Cute. I like it. Good eye, Tori.
Thanks.
Okay, so the Osbournes, never missed an episode, loved it. It was such a groundbreaking show, and you've all returned to do the Osbournes podcast again this month. How is everyone different since we used to watch the MTV version?
You know, I'd like to think we're all, you know, older and wiser and, you know, come to our senses, but, you know, I think we're just older versions of our old self. You know, there's a lot of you know, smack talk and you know, riffing, but it's fun. It's just been it's actually been really enjoyable to put together and do and like sit there and have like a discussion about things that like we kind of normally wouldn't discuss in such a structured way. So I don't know, it's been interesting.
It's refreshing.
I'm over here looking at Jeff, our co-host, has a podcast with his wife, and he talks. You were shaking your head because it is good to talk about these things.
It's kind of therapeutic in some sort of way, right? You talk about things that you normally wouldn't, yeah.
100%, yeah. Like, I mean, this week's episode, we're talking about, like, secret societies and Illuminati and stuff. Ooh. And like that's stuff that if I ever bring up with my parents, they kind of roll their eyes, but because we're doing a podcast, they're kind of forced to engage.
Oh,
exactly.
I mean, we got to stay on the podcast topic because you have a new podcast called Ghosts and Grit, and you've done now several paranormal shows at this point. So tell us, what's the freakiest thing you've ever seen?
Man, I've had things where like doors have opened up in front of me. I've heard like disembodied voices. I've had flashlights turn on just that are sat on the ground. You know, I've had some pretty wild things, and you know, we get into it. You know, for the most part in the podcast, it's more about me. You know, with guests talking about it and stuff. And the stuff that happened to my mom was pretty wild.
What? Wait, that's your mom? That's Sharon passed out in the chair? That's terrifying. What happened to her?
We don't know. We were doing a ghost hunt, and she literally passed out for about 20 minutes.
Oh my
In the
gosh.
hospital, they ran every test imaginable, and they found nothing wrong with her. But when you see the footage, it's some of the freakiest stuff ever.
Oh my you still continue to ghost hunt after that moment?
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
I will. I just don't bring her anymore. She's too much of a liability.
Oh my gosh.
Keep her out. That's
Yeah, Jack, we could talk to you for hours.
Good
Thank you so
Lord.
much for joining us today. DBL Nation, check out Jack on the new season of Special Forces World's Toughest Test starting this week on Fox. And you can't miss his new podcast, Ghosts and Grit, premiering Friday, October 13th. How appropriate, wherever you get your podcasts. Congratulations, Jack. Great to see you.
very exciting.
Congrats on everything.
Thanks, buddy.